Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Today we getting ready to get it in. I hope that you can see me well. I'm trying to use natural lighting in here today. As you know, it's beautiful to get that natural light in here. It's a little dark. But today we're going to do some movement. Remember, when we doing movement, it's only about moving. It doesn't matter how you move. It matters that you move, right? So if you're coming in right now, I want you to tap in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure that you share out the live if you're loving the vibe. And then I'm going to ask you to, if you like the vibe over here, to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now today is Movement and Motivation Monday, so we're going to go ahead and get this going. I'm not going to do this any further ado. You know we're only here for a short time, but you know we're here for a good time. So let's go ahead and do it. Elevated Chills, thank you for coming through. Peace and love, my brother. We getting ready to do it. We're going to start out by warming up our bodies just to get it moving, right? So just, shake it out, get it moving. And we're going to be listening to some motivational uh, motivational words, okay? So let's do that. Kiss from Jay, peace and love. Y'all tap in. Even if you, please just get out your seat. Make it move. Make yourself move. Get that body warmed up, okay? So we're going to do it. And again, there's no routine. There's no particular way that we're doing this. You can move however you like. I'm going to move how I like, right? So let's go ahead and do that.
Every morning, the universe hands you a blank page.
Let's breathe.
What you write on it becomes your life. So what are you telling yourself before the world tells you who you are? Your mind believes what you tell it most, especially in the silence of the morning. Before the demands, distractions, and doubts creep in, you have a sacred window of power where your words become seeds and your thoughts become the blueprint for your reality. The first 4 things you say to yourself each morning don't just shape your mood, they define your mindset, your decisions, your discipline, and your destiny. In the teachings of ancient masters and modern psychology alike, one principle remains the same. You become what you repeatedly declare. These are not mere affirmations. They are spiritual commands, warrior creeds, reminders of who you truly are before the noise of the world convinces you otherwise. Say these 4 things with conviction and your entire life will begin to shift. Number 1, I am the architect of my inner world. Every single morning, before the world begins to speak into your life, before social media feeds your mind a version of success or beauty, before emails and deadlines start shaping your thoughts, you must remind yourself of this eternal truth. I am the architect of my inner world. Because the way you build your inner temple determines how you walk through the outer chaos. Most people wake up and immediately hand their mind over to the world. They scroll, they compare, they react. And in doing so, they unconsciously become tenants in a house they no longer control. But you are not here to be a tenant. You are the builder, the designer, the one who lays the bricks of thought and seals the foundation of your mindset every single day. This is your sacred responsibility, and it is where your true power lives. Not in changing others, not in fixing every problem around you, but in claiming your space within. When you begin your day by telling yourself that you are the architect of your inner world, you shift from victimhood to vision, from reaction to creation. This declaration reminds you that no one gets to decide how you feel today except you. No comment, no traffic jam, no rejection, no unexpected turn of events has the authority to storm into your emotional house unless you open the door. And so you guard it with discipline, you design it with clarity, you protect it with peace. You understand that the thoughts you entertain are either bricks that build you or wrecking balls that break you. and you choose accordingly. You choose silence over noise, breath over panic, gratitude over frustration. You are not perfect, and that is not required. What's required is awareness, intention, ownership. You no longer allow your mind to be a dumping ground for fear or anger or drama. You make it a sanctuary, a place where strength is practiced, where patience is poured, where vision is shaped, and peace is planted. Even if everything around you is chaotic, you refuse to let that chaos take root inside. Why? Because you are the architect. You have the blueprints. You've chosen the foundation, unshakable values, non-negotiable boundaries, and a mindset that doesn't bend every time pressure hits. Some days, the storms will come. That's inevitable. But when the inner world is built on purpose and not emotion, those storms won't destroy you, they'll pass over you. And so every morning, before the world tries to tell you who you are or how you should feel, you look in the mirror and affirm it with full conviction. I am the architect of my inner world.
I am the
Today I
architect
build
of my
peace.
inner world.
Today I build strength. Today I build self-respect. And if anyone or anything tries to invade that space, they'll realize I am no longer a servant to emotional chaos. I am the master of my mental kingdom. You look in the mirror and affirm to emotional chaos, I am the master of my mental kingdom. You look in the mirror and affirm, this is not about being cold or distant. It's about being clear. Clear about your power, clear about your presence, clear about the energy you allow in and the identity you are building. This identity is not shaped by your past. It's shaped by your present choices. Every thought you feed, every belief you reinforce, every reaction you reclaim, that's construction, that's architecture. And every morning you remind yourself of this power, the weaker your insecurities become, the louder your inner voice gets, the calmer your reactions feel. You don't just survive your day, you shape it from the inside out. And when you start to live from this space, life no longer knocks you off balance. You begin to lead yourself steady and grounded through anything. That is the power of living as the architect of your inner world. And that power begins the moment you say it, believe it, and act on it. So every single morning, nothing and no one outside me determines my worth. In a world obsessed with validation, approval, likes, titles, and applause, the most radical act of self-liberation is to wake up each morning, look yourself in the mirror, and declare with unwavering conviction, nothing and no one outside me determines my worth. Because the moment you root your value in external things, the attention of others, your bank balance, your relationship status, your appearance, your job title, you hand over the keys to your self-esteem to forces that are always changing, always shifting, and never guaranteed. You become a slave to opinion, a prisoner to praise. You let the world tell you whether or not you should feel confident today, whether or not you deserve rest, whether or not you're enough. But here's the truth. You were born worthy. Before any achievement, before any mistake, before anyone clapped for you. Your worth is not a resume you built. It is your birthright. And when you understand that, truly internalize it, you begin to walk through life with a different kind of energy. Not arrogance, not ego, but quiet, grounded certainty. You no longer beg for recognition because you've already recognized yourself. You stop trying to earn love because you've already decided to love yourself without conditions. You stop chasing success to feel important and start pursuing purpose because your importance is no longer in question. You see, when you attach your worth to anything outside of you, you set yourself up for emotional bankruptcy. Because all of it can be taken. People leave, trends fade, jobs change, status crumbles, and if your values tied to any of those things, you collapse with them. But when you anchor your worth within, when you choose every single morning to say, I am enough, not because of what I've done, but because of who I am, then no loss, no rejection, no failure can unmake you. You realize that self-worth isn't arrogance. It's alignment. It's knowing that the universe doesn't make mistakes and that your very existence is proof of value. And yes, people will doubt you. Yes, they will misunderstand you. They may even try to tear you down. But when your identity is no longer up for auction, the opinions of others lose their power. You stop adjusting who you are to fit in. You stop performing to be loved. You stop chasing applause and start attracting respect. Not because you demand it, but because you've become a mirror of self-respect. And this doesn't mean you won't feel the sting of criticism or rejection. It means those things no longer define you. They become data, not identity. You can listen without
Data,
losing
not
yourself.
identity.
You can reflect without collapsing. You can grow without questioning your value, because deep down, you've made the decision that no matter who walks away, no matter what the world says, no matter what happens externally, your inner dialogue stays the same. I am whole. I am worthy. I am complete. That's not delusion. That's power. That's the foundation of unshakable confidence, because it is no longer reactive. It is chosen. And when you carry that energy into your day, you operate from a different place. You say no without guilt. You pursue goals without needing applause. You show up with authenticity because you're no longer performing for acceptance. You're expressing from wholeness. And maybe most importantly, you begin to treat yourself like someone who matters. Not someday, not when you finally make it, but now. You speak to yourself with kindness. You forgive yourself without punishment. You rest without apology. You begin to rise, not out of insecurity or desperation, but from alignment with your truest self. And that version of you, that version cannot be manipulated, cannot be bought, cannot be broken by outside noise. Because their worth is not on the market, their value is not a debate. So every morning, before the world gets a chance to put its labels on you, before you open yourself to comparison or critique, remind yourself loudly, clearly, boldly, that nothing and no one outside me determines my worth. And then live your day from that truth. Speak from it, breathe from it, build from it, because when your worth is self-declared, your power becomes untouchable. Number 3, everything I need is already within me. There comes a moment in every person's life where the noise must stop, the comparisons must end, and the chase must cease, because you finally realize the truth that has been quietly waiting for you to remember. Everything I need is already within me. This is not just a comforting phrase. It is a spiritual fact, a psychological anchor, and a warrior's code that reminds you that you are not broken, not lacking, not behind, and not missing some essential piece to move forward. The world will constantly try to convince you that you need more confidence, more time, more experience, more credentials, more validation, before you can begin, before you can speak up, before you can stand tall, before you can claim your place. But this is the greatest lie we've been sold, that you must become someone else in order to be whole. The truth is, from the very beginning, life planted within you everything required for your path. Strength, wisdom, courage, resilience, creativity, intuition, and an unshakable spirit that refuses to die, no matter how much you've been hurt, doubted, or delayed. When you wake up each morning and remind yourself that everything you need is already within you, you are reclaiming the energy that has been scattered, chasing outside solutions to internal questions. You are silencing the voice that says you are not ready, not worthy, not enough. You are affirming that your journey is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you already are. Beneath the fear, beneath the doubt, beneath the conditioning. This inner truth is not always loud, but it is steady. It is the calm voice that rises when everything else falls apart. It's the quiet strength that carried you through your darkest nights. The internal compass that guided you, even when you didn't know where you were going. And the inner flame that refused to go out, even when life poured its coldest waters over you. Say it. Everything I need is already within me. That means
Everything I need is
I don't need to be
already
fixed.
within me.
I don't need to pretend.
I don't need
I need
permission
to return
to be
to
fixed.
alignment, to clarity, to the source of my own power. And from that place, I begin again, not as a desperate seeker, but as a grounded creator. This doesn't mean you'll never need support or help from others. No warrior walks alone. But it does mean you stop outsourcing your identity to the world. You stop believing that your peace lives in someone else's presence, that your confidence depends on someone else's praise, that your purpose is defined by someone else's map. When you internalize this truth, you stop being reactive and start becoming responsive. You stop panicking when challenges appear and start pulling from your inner resources, your patience, your discipline, your creativity, your problem-solving mind, your resilient heart. You realize that life doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to trust the process of revealing the strength that's already embedded in you. Even your flaws, your scars, your failures become part of the design. They don't subtract from your power, they shape it. Every moment you thought would break you was actually breaking open new awareness, deeper humility, greater wisdom. But when you say, everything I need is already within me, you are not ignoring your wounds. You are acknowledging that they too have added to your inner arsenal. And from that understanding, you walk into your day not with hesitation but with presence. You breathe deeper, you stand taller, you act with greater intention, not to prove yourself to anyone, but to honor the self you already are. You no longer look to the future for your wholeness. You look inside and you bring that wholeness into your present actions. This is the power of aligned living, of waking up each day rooted in the truth that your soul is not waiting to be filled, it's waiting to be accessed. Every gift, every answer, every solution, every ounce of grit and genius required for your next chapter is already in the vault. You just have to open it. And the key is belief. Not blind belief, but deep, embodied, tested belief that comes from knowing you've survived, you've adapted, you've overcome before, and you'll do it again. So before the world tries to make you feel less than, pause, center yourself, and speak this into the mirror of your soul. I am not empty. I am not lacking. I am not waiting. Everything I need is already within me. And then walk into your day like someone who remembers that truth. Speak with conviction. Move with courage. Create with joy. And return to that mantra anytime you feel lost. Because that's the map that always leads you back home to yourself. Number 4. Today, I plant energy.
Today, I plan
don't
energy.
Chase outcomes. In a world addicted
not
to
chasing
results,
outcomes.
where worth is measured by productivity and success is defined by speed, the most powerful shift you can make each morning is to realign yourself with the truth that your job is not to chase outcomes, but to plant energy, to show up fully, to give your best presence, and to let go of the illusion of control over what happens next. When you
The
wake
illusion
up
of
and tell
control.
yourself, today I plant energy, I don't chase outcomes, you immediately free yourself from the toxic grip of anxiety, overthinking, and pressure to constantly win or achieve. You anchor yourself in the present moment, the only place where life actually happens. You no longer rush through tasks just to check boxes or manipulate moments hoping for validation. You pour your energy, your focus, your care into the process itself, knowing that what you sow in intention, you will eventually reap in results. It's not about giving up on goals or ambition. It's about understanding that chasing results often pulls you out of alignment, out of peace, and into burnout, while planting energy grounds you in purpose, flow, and trust. You see, outcomes are never fully in your control. Life has its own timing, its own tests, its own terrain. But your energy, that's yours. That's your power. That's your offering to every moment, every conversation, every effort you make today. So instead of saying, will this work? You say, am I giving my full energy right now? Instead of obsessing over likes, numbers, or recognition, you ask, is this rooted in truth and integrity? Instead of fearing what might go wrong, you commit to doing what feels right, because you know that when your energy is clean, your results will take care of themselves. Some days the fruit shows up immediately. Other days it hides beneath the surface, growing roots in silence. But whether or not you can see it yet, know this: every honest effort matters. Every breath of focused energy you plant into your work, your relationships, your health, your purpose, it's building something. And just because you can't measure it instantly doesn't mean it isn't growing. This is where trust becomes your superpower. Trust that the right people will recognize your light. Trust that the timing is working, even when the results aren't immediate. Trust that the energy you give today is shaping a future you can't yet see. And even if today doesn't unfold the way you planned, you still win. Because you didn't betray yourself. You stayed rooted. You gave pure energy. You showed up with intention, not desperation. That's what it means to live as a cultivator, not a chaser. A cultivator rises with focus and purpose, tends to what matters, and lets go of the rest. A chaser wakes up frantic, trying to force timelines and outcomes, always in a hurry, always at the mercy of the external. But not you. Not today. Today, you breathe deeper, you move slower but stronger. You stop scattering your attention in 1,000 directions and instead pour it like sunlight into one sacred space at a time. You trust the power of energy over the illusion of control. You speak less but mean more. You act without clinging to results. And this doesn't make you passive, it makes you powerful. Because when your energy is rooted in presence and purpose, you become magnetic. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop proving and you start embodying. You realize that all you ever really needed was within you. And now that energy, that stillness, that clarity begins to touch everything around you. People feel it, work improves, stress softens. And the more you live from that place, the more you start seeing something profound. Outcomes begin to align with you, not because you forced them, but because you stopped blocking them with resistance and fear. So today, say it again: I plant energy, I don't chase outcomes. I show up fully, I release expectations. I work with love, not pressure. I move with alignment, not ego. And whatever comes will come. Not because I chased it, but because I was ready for it. This is the mindset that creates not just success, but peace, joy, and longevity. It's not about doing more. It's about doing it with deeper presence. And when you master that, the outcomes you used to chase begin to chase you. From the dawn of civilization, across ancient cultures, spiritual traditions, and religious teachings, the morning has always held sacred power, a window where the soul is most receptive and the mind most moldable. In Eastern philosophy, especially within the Shaolin and Zen traditions,
Great rising,
morning
everyone. Thank you
rituals
for
are
coming
not
in.
simply habits. They are
Just
spiritual
meditating and
disciplines
exercising.
designed
Come
to
through.
align the internal energy, or chi, before
Move that
engaging
body
with the
today.
outer world. These disciplines have roots in Taoist and Buddhist teachings, where the cultivation of inner stillness, self-awareness, and intention setting at the beginning of the day is seen as the foundation for mastering both the self and life. Similarly, in the Vedic tradition of India, morning mantras like Soham, I am that, were chanted at dawn to remind the individual of their divine nature.
All right, y'all. I just want to take a minute here as I come down and bring this down. I just want to take a minute. Welcome in, Philip. Thank you for being here. I just want to take a minute to reflect on what was just talked about. And the one thing he said that I'm going to zoom in on is everything you need is already within you. Everything you need is already within you. You don't need anyone to validate you for anything. You don't need anyone to encourage you or motivate you, because you are your own encouragement and your own motivation. It's about dedication, discipline, and devotion. When you show up for you, everything around you doesn't matter. Those that are in your space don't matter. It don't matter how many likes you get. It don't matter how many people show up to your videos and watch your channel. It doesn't matter what you have going on. The one thing that matters is you. And when you show up for you, you automatically show up for everybody else. You are your own motivation. You are your own inspiration. Know this in you, because everything you need is within you. He also said, be the cultivator of your reality. You cultivate it. Don't allow anyone to cultivate your reality for you, because that's crazy, right? Every day I start my day with some type of meditation and motivation. This is the second time I've heard this today. I awaken, I stare at the ceiling, and I just take in the moment. Before I turn on any devices, before I go to the internet, before I'm looking to see how many likes I got or how many people have watched my video, on all these social media platforms. These are very much distractions for you, right? So what I'm saying to you is these distractions can take away from who you are to you, because you're looking for validation from something outside of you when everything you need is inside of you. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story, and I'm getting off of here because some of you may seen my post. The Alchemy Gourmet, Alkaline Gourmet, the Alchemy Atum Dre. Some of you may know who he is. Some of you probably never heard of him before. But you have heard me talk about my parasite cleanse that I do 1 to 2 times a year. I purchased these proprietary blends for my cleanse from the Alkaline Gourmet, Atum Dre. I heard recently that he passed away within a few days ago. I said I wasn't gonna cry, y'all. But if you know the impact this person has had on my life, I am how I am because he showed up for me in a time when I didn't even know up from down, left from right. He played a integral part in my health and wellness journey. He helped me get to who I am and why I am and what I do today, why I never give up and I always focus on me. He was always there, a phone call away. This man worked closely with Dr. Sebi. Some of you know who Dr. Sebi is. For years, as his chef, his own personal chef. And now that he has transitioned from this realm, there's no way that I can let that legacy be in vain and not continue to do the things that I have set out to do, because we all have a purpose. We have a purpose, y'all. Understand that. But that's so cliche. We have a purpose. But do you know, if we all stand up and do what it is to do something to make society, someone, something better, and we just do our part, quit worrying about what the person over here not doing. Oh, they not gonna do it, so it don't make no sense to do it. Do it! Because you never know what you look like, and show up for somebody else. You never know what that looks like for you. You don't know. And because you don't know what that looks like to someone else, even if you just touch one soul, one spirit, one person, just one, you are doing your purpose. I just had this thought. I think, and I don't know. I think this. Matter of fact, I do know. I literally was sitting outside the Dollar Tree this weekend. For whatever reason, I felt heavy and sleepy. Like I felt like something was coming over my body. I don't know if that was Saturday or Friday. I think it was Friday. I don't remember the day. And I just was sitting there. I was supposed to be getting out the car. And I just felt myself sitting in the car and falling asleep. In that somber of sleeping that I went into, I immediately had this thought of, if we all show up and do our part, this world will be a better place. Meaning that if you take the things and analyze what you're doing, is it something that impacts and changes our lives? If it's something that impacts and changes lives and you show up that way, then yes, you should be doing this. And if we all did this, do you know what this would look like? But we're all about self. That's the issue. So I'm charging you today. Be about self, but for the betterment of this world. Be about you to be better and show up for somebody else. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm on here today talking to you. I told you, be your own encouragement. So as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to me. As these events happen to me, I'm sharing them with you. So now you know. This might be a message for somebody. I don't even know. I didn't get on here today. I listened to this rising and I said, wow, everything you need is in you. Cultivate who you are. Don't worry about nobody else. This was a confirmation of the thought I had this weekend sitting outside the Dollar Tree. Pay attention to the signs and the wonders that happen to you, because they're signs that you need to make a move. I want you to know I was in my feelings about my brother, Atum Dre, because I know how many people he impacted. But what I do know, because he did his part here on this earth, his legacy and he will live on. Because he took Dr. Sebi and made it live on. And now we're going to let his legacy begin to live on as well. This man touched my life, I'm trying to tell you. He kept it real. He was raw. He just let you know what it is. And I even had that thought. I had this thought, all the things that he showed up as a sign of, or represented, I should say. I had this thought that I'm going to stop sugarcoating things. Show up as me. Be authentically who I am. Don't try to make everybody comfortable, because everything is not for everybody. If you're not there, you're not going to get there. With me, you might get there, but if you're not where I'm at right now, this might not be your lane. This might not be where you need to be, because I am sugarcoating things. I'm letting you know. I get up here and I show y'all things and I be like, okay, well, if it fits you for your thing. No, this is where I'm at, and I should not be stagnating myself in order to show up for everybody else, because somebody is at the level where I am and can relate to what I got going on. And if you can follow what I'm saying today, I'm not upset, I'm not angry. I am passionate about where I'm at in my journey, and I am elevating to the next level. And if you want to come and you going to join me, step right on in. Let's all elevate to our next level. It don't have to be my level. It could be your level. Whatever that look like for you, do it. Do it, my brothers and sisters. Do it. Let's save our lives. Let's reclaim our health. Let's change somebody else's life. This ain't about going out here and saying hello to everyone. This is not changing the way you be who you are authentically, but grow in that space. Authentically be yourself and grow within that space. You already know what you need to do. You don't need me to tell you what you need to do. You don't need you don't need a book to tell you what you need to do. Everything you need is already within you. Everything in you, not something outside yourself. In you, everything. Stop holding your tongue and stop stagnating yourself, because you are stopping your growth and the growth of everybody around you when you do that. Because if I'm sitting here telling you one thing, but I'm doing something totally different, but I'm telling you, oh, it's okay it's not okay, because that wasn't okay for me, right? So I'm not going to pacify this any longer. I am going to be bluntly myself. This may cause some people to go different directions. This may not be, the hand-holding section of my life. This might not be where I'm at. It's time for a reset, y'all. Y'all know we coming up to the winter solstice. And the winter solstice was my date to go into my parasite cleanse. I have not even ordered my products. I don't even know if his site will be manned without him, if his family is going to continue on his legacy of what he does. But I do have a backup at this time, right? But then I said, you know what? Why don't you figure out how to make a detox cleanse of your own for your parasites? Maybe this is the torch being passed. You know what I'm saying? The baton being passed on. Hey, queen, you've been rocking with me. I done showed you what to do. Now you can go ahead and do it, and you can show others too. Think about that. I want y'all all to know that I appreciate you being here. And if you didn't do anything today, please move your body. Get up, shake your body out, go for a walk outside, even if it's cold. Put your coat on, just get out there, walk for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes. Walk for 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't matter. Move your body. If you're sitting at your desk, sit at your desk. Do that say low key? Wow, welcome in. I have to tell y'all about that another day. Wow. This is all confirmation. Thank you for being here. And I want to tell you that I appreciate all of you being here. And make sure you're moving your body. If you sit at a desk all day, get up and do some squats, I sit at the desk. I sit at the desk and I try to get up periodically throughout the day so that I don't have, you know, that sedentary lifestyle can impact your health heavily. We eat at our desk, we sleep in our beds, and we eat in our beds. We do everything and we don't move our bodies. You know what I mean? So we need to get up and move our bodies. Other than that, okay. My daughter's name is Serenity, and we call her Ren. Well, my late husband had a business. He had a private security business, and it was called Low Key Security. And I felt like that's why I said that. I said, wow, does that say low key? I haven't seen low key in any capacity in a long time. He passed away in 2012. So yeah, that's why. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait, what does that say in there? All right. And then, for all the ignorance and people coming through and the ignorant things that they say, it don't bother me because I know who I am within. The thing is that when you see that, it's sad that they don't know who they are. They don't have any type of anything to look forward to but to come on here and try to be a distraction to someone else. So just let um, saying things like, you know who you are, so you don't need to react. This person says, get a real job, please. If you already know you got a job, or hell, I don't even want to work a job, right? I don't want to work a job. I don't want to be the employee of anyone but myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to work for me, and I want to work for the people that makes a difference for what's going to happen next, right? So that's what I want. Thank you, Tommy, for being here. I'm just going to do some shout outs real quick. Thank you, Tommy, for being here. And Miss Danny, Low Key Ren, thank you so much for being here. And even you too, great legend. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for keeping the chat moving. I appreciate you. You see, you have a purpose, even though you showed up in ignorance. You have a purpose. You kept the chat moving. Hey, Kiki. Oh my gosh, Kiki, welcome in. Welcome in. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Chronic Triggers, thank you for being here. Rising Phoenix, Delo McLeod, thank you for being here so much. Let me see. C. Johns, welcome in. Shay, 1981, thank you for being here. I am Gemini. Wow, came through. Crystal's World, thank you for being here, Crystal's World. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. AS Quiz 9018, thank you for coming through. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, thank you for being here. Thank you, sis. I haven't seen you in a minute. Sab and Tony, thank you for coming through. Let's see here. Crystal, Kiki, y'all been in here. Thank you for being here. Lisa Anderson, thank you for coming through. Philip Brown, peace and love. Thank you for coming through. Coach Mean, thank you for being here. Another inspiring person to me. Kiki, Devin, Dude King, thank you for coming through. I appreciate all of you. Lights with Temporal, thank you so much for being here too. I appreciate all of you. This is just a shout out to all of those who came through, even those that are in the background that didn't actually say anything. If you haven't liked the live, go ahead and like the live. Elevated Chills was the first one in the building. Thank you again, my brother, for being here. And I'm ready to go and finish getting my day started and tap in, get my water fixed. Y'all know I infuse my water. But today I think I'm just going to drink some coconut water. Yes, this world is hard enough as it is. No point to be hurtful. Absolutely. 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 Thank you, Low Key Ren. And I want everybody to have a beautiful day. If you have like the vibe over here at Queen's Alchemy, here we nourish the mind, body, and spirit. And so today is Movement and Motivation Monday. And, throughout the week, I show up different ways. So just tap in. I do have a series that go on every Saturday. It's called Vibrations on the Plate, and it's a where I cook live with alternative meals where we do plant-based and vegan type style meals. This month is Raw December for myself. I'm joining my sister, Get Healthy Now Mastery. I am joining her in this journey of her Raw December. And I'm doing it for me, but I'm joining her, and we're going to stand in this together for Raw December. I'll be showing you different ways to come up with raw meals that are, that you may be able to substitute throughout your week. You can substitute one raw meal a week, and then just showing you different ways to show up. This is what my passion is. I love to cook. I love to create in the kitchen, whether it's juicing or it's meal prep or it's cooking a meal, whatever that is, right? So that's where I love to be. And then I love to inspire you to try those things. You get what I'm saying? That's the inspiration that I give out, but definitely you need to be your own motivation, your own inspiration, and discipline yourself. Okay. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I am out. Peace and love to you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day. If you haven't liked the live, like the live. If you like the vibe over here at Queen's Alchemy, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace and love.